Hello, Deck It Out DIYers, and welcome to your month of Halloween. So for our October Gnome of the Month Deck It Out subscription box, we are going to do this fun, cute witch. So in your box, you will have white sponges, glue, and then 5 paint colors. We have green, black, purple, yellow, and white. Super fun. Just fun to mix it up. And to paint this fun gnome. So make sure you have the one cutout sheet as you see here, and then your chunky cutout, which is freestanding. So when we're done, you can stand him up on a counter next to your tiered tray, anywhere that he can stand. It's gonna be so cute. So let's get started. Okay, first off, you can take the tape and you can peel off all of the tape so that you have all of the pieces free. Now I would keep the tape so that you can reuse it. I have a stand that I'm gonna tape it onto my phone stand here, or you can tape it onto the table, but peel off the tape so you have all the parts free. Once I have all the parts pieced out, I like to make sure that I know which side to paint, because sometimes you can flip them around. So I like to lay out my project, and when it's laid out like this, I also like to visualize how I am going to paint each piece, the colors I'm going to paint. So with this broom, you could have it go either direction, and the hands just fit in these little notches, okay? So there's like a little groove. And, whoops. So you're gonna have the hands in here and the nose however you'd like. So however you want him to hold on to the broom. So right now I'm thinking about colors. I'm going to paint black on the hat and black on the shoes. So I'm going to put those pieces kind of next to each other so that I paint them together. I'm going to paint insert this band on the hat purple, and I'm gonna paint the broomstick purple. I am going to paint the beard white, and the hands and the nose green, and the bottom of the broomstick yellow. Now when you paint these pieces, I always like to use the tape to stick down the smaller pieces that I'm not gonna hold with my hand, because now I can hold it with my finger. I'll put paint on my sponge, dab the paint off, because you don't need a ton of paint for these projects. Make sure that these are stuck down, okay? And then just dab the paint. You may want 1 or 2 coats of paint, and that's totally great. But with doing thin coats, you can apply paint quicker too, because this will dry really quick, and then you can move on to the second coat if you would like. So right now, take your paint, your sponge, put some paint on it, and then really you're just dabbing, and you don't need to paint the edges because the edges are burnt with the laser when we cut them out. I've painted all my pieces. I am now going to paint the edge of my gnome, and I'm gonna paint the edge of my gnome all black. So I'm going to do that before I glue my pieces all on to my gnome, just so that that part is done. To do that, I'm just gonna use my sponge, put some paint on it, and I'm not gonna worry about it going on either side of the gnome. You could even, if you wanted to freehand on the back of the gnome, another gnome, that would be fun. Or you could paint your back all solid color if you wanted. But I'm not gonna worry about it getting on the front, because we're going to cover it all up. Once all of your pieces are painted and dried, you can start laying them on top of your project. I'm noticing when I lay my beard on, I can see a little bit of the board behind, so I'm just gonna do this just because I can really quick. So if you wanted to do that too, there's just like a little corner piece that I could see. So wait for it to dry and then put that on. So lay everything out, and I encourage you to do this so that when you do glue on your parts, you know exactly where you want them to be and how you want them to sit. And then, like we just found out, we can also put a little bit of white on before it's all said and done. So we're gonna take the glue, because I know this will work now. We're gonna take the glue, and I'm gonna put some glue. I'm just gonna put the glue right on the chunky cutout, and I'm going to place the beard, okay? And while it's still wet, I'm also gonna grab the hat, and I'm gonna put that hat on right away as well. And I'm actually just gonna smear the glue all over, because then I can just insert the hat band. Okay, so make sure that's set. Make sure that is set. So it goes together really well, you guys, just like a puzzle. These two pieces are gonna go down here for his shoes. Try not to get too close to my wet paint on my craft paper here. Okay, so cute already, right? All right, I'm gonna put my broomstick on. Before I do my broomstick, I'm gonna figure out where I want my nose. Okay, and remember, these are the colors that come with your kit, but you can really use any acrylic paint that you want, or house paint that you want. Any paint really works. I'm just gonna check out where I want his hands to be and how I want that to fit, because I know I had it the other way before, but I think I like it this way better. So I'm gonna change it from the way I had it sitting before we painted, and make sure I get glue on the broom and kind of lay this back in. Just make sure that your broom is not going along the bottom, so that your broom can, or your feet and your chunky cutout can still stand. Okay, glue your pieces on, and voila, you've got it. How cute is the witch gnome? So fun for fall, so fun for Halloween. I hope you love him. Jump into our Deck It Out DIYer Facebook group and show us your pictures of your adorable gnome. You can always switch it up and add polka dots if you wanted, or different colors. So join us in our Facebook group. Tag us in your posts. We can't wait to see what you create.